If you wear this, somebody's gonna say, "Ooh, pardon me, boy, is that the cat who ate the doo-doo?" Oh yeah. What's up, guys? You're gonna get a treat. I'm gonna record 2 videos today. This is something I never really talked about before, a subject I never really touched on. We're gonna touch on it today. Okay? 5 fragrances that I would say avoid at all cost. Let's go. What's going on, YouTube? I'm Darren, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I talk about fashion and fragrance on this channel. So if you're into one or both of those things, I hope you won't mind subscribing to the channel. And also make sure if you do that, make sure you hit that bell icon as well. That way when I upload new content on YouTube, you'll get notified. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be covering a topic today that I've never really talked about. And that are fragrances I have in my collection that I would say, stay away from. For one reason or another, these are fragrances in my collection that just don't do it for me. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm saying what I am saying. Now, don't get upset if you happen to hear one of your fragrances on this list. I'm going to give you guys my reason for the way I feel that I feel. Now, again, your mileage may vary. You don't have to feel the same way that I do, but I'm just going to tell you why I put these fragrances on the list, and we're just going to move on. We're just going to have to deal with it, all right? So if you want to see what made my list, you guys know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it. All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's go ahead and jump right into this video. I have 5 fragrances that I want to cover with you guys today, and I want to start with the first one because this may be the most controversial one that I'm going to talk about. It's from the house of Bulgari, which to me, that's one of the fragrance houses that does really, really well when you talk about what you're going to pay for these fragrances and what you're going to get as far as quality. They generally do very well. But for some reason, this fragrance just never really vibed with me. And this one is called Aqua Amara. Aqua Amara. I think this fragrance is actually discontinued. The bottle is really, really nice. The only thing I don't like about these bottles is, it's really hard to store them because they can't stand up. I guess you can buy like a little stand and put them in. But anyway, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about this fragrance. It never really quite vibed with me. There's something in it that goes a little sour on my skin. Maybe let's try it again now. Let's put it on my skin now and see what if it's any different. I haven't tried it in a while. It just, I don't know. It may be the one that I have. It just kind of falls flat for me. And that could be, comparatively speaking, to the hype that this fragrance was getting at one point in time. Like I said, just for me, I prefer a lot of the other Blue Atlantique, Aqua Atlantique, like a lot of those other flankers from this range, I really prefer more than this one. Yeah, this just doesn't do it for me. I don't know, man. So there was a lot of hype around this, and it may be hard to find it now, at least at a decent price. But this is one to me that I would say, man, stay away from it. It just don't work for me, man. It might work for you, but in my humble opinion, this is a no-go for me. Maybe I'll try it some more and, see if my opinion might change on it, but, I doubt it. But anyway, this is from the house of Bulgari, and this is called Aqua Amara. All right, guys, this next fragrance actually comes from the house of Ed Hardy. Again, to me, for fragrances that you're usually going to be able to find on discounters, between that $20 to $30 price point, they generally tend to do pretty good. So the bottle was really nice on this one. Read the notes, sound like it would be interesting, and I got it and just fell flat. And again, this was from the house of Ed Hardy, and this is called Villain. Now, I must admit, guys, the bottle was really cool. Maybe a little bit juvenile at this point in time in our lives, but for most of us. But again, the bottle to me is kind of nice. Okay, you have the nice kind of insignia on the front of a snake. It says villain on there, nice colors and stuff like that. So again, the bottle's not bad. But then when I sprayed the fragrance again, this one just fell apart. You know, it's really hard to kind of make out what they were trying to do with this one. Is you know, kind of all kind of stuff going on, just kind of mumble jumble in the top of the fragrance. Again, I don't know, man. It doesn't really do anything. You don't know really how to describe what it smells like. There was so much going on, and it's just like blah, 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 blah. And not to mention the fact that it doesn't really perform that well. So again, if you look at the nose, it has amber and all this stuff, pepper, all these things going on. But it falls really flat when you smell it. Don't waste your time. From the house of Ed Hardy, this is called Villain. All right, guys. Now the next fragrance that I want to talk about, this one actually comes from the house of Azzaro, and this is called Azzaro Sport. Azzaro Sport. Listen, man. Listen. This doesn't smell bad, all right? As a matter of fact, it really closely resembles one of my favorite fragrances. One of the fragrances I used to wear all the time in my earlier days collecting and wearing fragrances, which is Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. So of course you have Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, you have Percival from Parfums de Marly, you have Mont Blanc Legend. Follows that same, you know, kind of scent profile. The problem with this one is it is like just super duper watered down. You spray it and you're gonna get vibes of those aforementioned fragrances for about the first 10 to 20 minutes maybe, but then it just really starts to fade away. And after maybe about an hour, you really can't smell anything. So again, it smells pretty good when you spray it, but it is super duper watered down and the performance is horrible on this fragrance. You can find it for about, you know, maybe that $20, $25 price point. And I guess if you're going to someplace like the gym, you could wear it for like a gym scent or something like that. But again, if you're going to kind of go for that scent profile, just go for one of the others. You can get Mont Blanc Legend for another $10. You know what I mean? So kind of renders this almost irrelevant. So this is one that, you know, for me, performance, watered down, I just say, stay away from it. All right, guys, it is sad for me to put this next fragrance on the list because when you smell this fragrance, it smells phenomenal. It actually smells more than phenomenal. It smells freaking fantastic for about 20 minutes. And it's from a very, very popular designer brand, which is Polo, and this is Polo Ralph Lauren's Double Black. Ralph Lauren Double Black. My God, was I disappointed in this fragrance. I read the note breakdown and it sounded so promising. It had roasted coffee beans, like this roasted coffee accord in there. It was kind of sweet. It had some nutmeg. I said, yeah, let me check that out. I sprayed it and I was blown away by how good this thing smelled. And then I went back to my hand about 10 minutes later and I almost couldn't detect it. Seriously. Super disappointed. Such a good scent profile, so promising, only to have horrible performance. Like, seriously speaking, guys, you spray this and most of you are going to say it smells amazing. And again, sometimes it could be my skin, but I did look up some other reviews on this and stuff like that, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. It just does not perform. I sprayed it after about 10-15 minutes. It really started to sit close to the skin. 30 minutes, it was really hard to pick it up. And after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I really could not detect this fragrance anymore. And again, you would look at the note breakdown and say, hey, you know, yeah, this should be a fragrance, although it's a designer scent, it's an EDT concentration. But with the notes that are in it, you would think you would at least get at least 4 or 5 hours out of it. Not in this case. And it's such a shame because the fragrance itself smells great. But for that reason, I would say, although it smells good, stay away from this, guys, because after about an hour or so, it's going to be really hard to detect it. From the house of Polo, this is Double Black. All right, guys, and last but not least on this list, this fragrance comes from the house of Thomas Cosmala. And for the most part, when I smell their fragrances in stores, I've been really impressed. I was super impressed with this fragrance when I smelled it in the store. So, I ordered myself a bottle of this. I saw it on sale on FragranceNet, pulled the trigger on it, and got it. And whoa, this is nothing like what I smelled in the store. But this is from Thomas Cosmala, and this is number 5, and this is Frenesy. I think that may be how you pronounce that. This one, when I got it in my possession, smelled nothing, absolutely nothing like the one that I smelled in Dillard's. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna tell you what it smells like, okay? You have not smelled Barnyard Oud until you smell this fragrance. Barnyard is the perfect word for this fragrance. As a matter of fact, I think the name of this fragrance should have been Barnyard, because it smells like you are on a farm and you are smelling right next to the pig pen. That's what this smells like. Repulsed. Seriously, guys, this probably is the worst smelling fragrance in my collection. If you wear this, somebody's gonna say, "Ooh, pardon me, boy, is that the cat who ate the doo-doo?" Oh yeah. Stay away from this. Stay away. And it could be the blend, because sometimes I think with these fragrances, from what I've heard, they maybe put too much oud in this and not enough of the florals and stuff like that. But this stuff, guys, oh my God, stay away from this. Stay away from it. But that's it, guys. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this list today. As I gave you 5 fragrances in my collection, I would just recommend you stay away from these fragrances. Avoid them at all cost, man. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Then don't forget to make sure you take a few moments to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use this information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you flip side.